playoffs are on the way. This weekend, the Concha Del Mar is highlighting defensive specialists. And if you're one of them, you can earn either double or triple XP. In the city, head to the Sour Patch Challenge. Disable your opponent's three-pointers by making three-pointers of your own. Prizes include unlimited passing boosts and exclusive MyPlayer items.
Nightfall in the Windy City with the Willis Tower and the rest of downtown Chicago lighting up the sky. Hello and thanks for joining us on Noche La NBA, the NBA's celebration of Latin heritage, both among its players and fans. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline. DA, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin.
David, he clearly is a special talent, and his resume shows it. Thank you. Only 5 games left in the season. Let's quickly take a look at how the playoff field is going to stack up out east. Take a look at the Bulls. Very strong season they've had, always at or near the top of the conference, and right now they're in first place in contention for that, exactly where they want to be as they close in on the postseason.
Yeah, but checking out Chicago, they must have reached every goal they set for themselves this season. For them to be this high in the standings this late in the season, what an accomplishment.
And now they've got a new set of goals, and those are all about success in the playoffs. That's where men are made. They've got to have their sights very high at this point. When they...
And there's a reason LaVine was a back-to-back champ at the slam dunk contest. He doesn't waste an opportunity to put on a show.
Bledsoe outside. He's off on that one. And it's Chicago the other way.
No, it's early, but going 0 for 4 to start a game can make a team get a little bit tight.
And late in the season, we see playoff teams, Greg, resting their star players. Any excuse for lottery teams doing the same thing?
Not as far as the league is concerned. If they're healthy, what's the goal? Throwing away games is not acceptable.
And LaVine throws it down.
Without a doubt, one of the game's most graceful athletes. LaVine just seems to glide down the lane.
The shot by Bledsoe. Nobody around. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
Got it. Nice one there from LaVine.
They can't miss. 4 for 4 and warming up the burners.
Leonard against Williams. Leonard the pass to George. And he drives it.
Paul George dunk contest? He's maybe a little older, but I love to see him get up.
And on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you can see how impressive that move was.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
Leonard attacking. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist.
The strength and that body that Kawhi has, he finishes through contact as well as anyone in the league.
And Greg, you look at the power that Kawhi Leonard plays with. Incredibly strong for his position.
And Kevin, it helps him finish through contact on offense. And it also lets him guard bigger men. Kawhi makes great use of that strength on the wing.
Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. He gets it in there. Leonard's got his second bucket.
Yeah, you can be as physical as you want with Kawhi Leonard. He just stays with it and is unshaken.
Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Defensive foul.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
Really some great drives to the basket here early on for these guys.
I'm loving the ping-pong action of the ball tonight. A decent number of assists so far.
Hartenstein passes to Leonard. Bounce pass from Bledsoe. Here's Jackson. Vucevic with the block.
Well timed by Vucevic. Not a center who piles up blocks, but this guy picks his spots.
Outside Williams. There's Ball with the 3. And the Bulls another 3.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
George with the ball. Williams picks him up. And Leonard gets it to go.
Well, that basket must be widening out right now. He's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
Here's Williams. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
You wondered if they would take some time to find their A game. They did it at jump ball. They've been awesome tonight.
And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here. Put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
Yeah, and in that one, they were aggressive, but also efficient. The exact balance you're looking to achieve.
Well, easy to be efficient on nights like that when everybody has things going. Let's see if they're still in the rhythm tonight.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Bradley's checked in for Patrick Williams. Derek Jones comes in for Green. White is checked in for Levine. And it's Alex Caruso in for Ball.
That's his
And
first
with
personal
Kobe
foul.
White, you hate to see him settle. He's best when going at the rim. The defense wins if he takes that mid-range jumper.
And Greg, with Kobe White, he's a solid shooter, but teams have keyed in on him.
I just want to see him more in attack
2
mode.
minutes
He's a
remaining.
solid finisher
2
when he
minutes.
gets in there, and it could take his game to the next level.
Jackson passes to Batum. Shot clock at 5. And there's the call on Jones.
Derek Jones Jr.
That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first
And the
personal
Clippers
foul.
making a change here.
First
Johnson's
team foul.
checked in.
Coming onto the floor for the Clippers.
The pass to
Keon
Man.
Johnson.
White with the double team. A wide open look here for Ibaka. Good on the baseline, Jay.
All that practice on the positioning and timing of the catch and shoot, paying huge dividends for Ibaka.
A 3-ball. Good on the triple. White's got 5 now.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Batum scanning the floor. Pass to Zubac. Here's Man. Ibaka down low. White covering. And Ibaka slams it in.
And the ability to generate points off offensive rebounds, something Ibaka did a lot earlier in his career before he started spending so much time on the perimeter.
So the Bulls, the last game, a win against the Wizards in Washington. Man gets the bucket.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Here's White, and White slams it in.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
Man passes to Batum. Now here's Zubac. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Here's Caruso. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Back to White. Takes a 3. It's good from long range.
Yeah, they built up this lead 3 points at a time.
Well, a lot of importance placed on outside shooting, and tonight you can see why after that kind of quarter, exploding from the perimeter.
And so it's Zach LaVine making things happen for Chicago. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no sign. And buenas noches, basketball fans. It's Latin night here on 2K Sports. And you might have noticed the custom jerseys worn by the players. And a comfortable margin for the Bulls here, guys.
On the attack right from the tip, they've been relentless offensively.
Well, just taking it right at the opposition and the other team right now. No answers and no way to slow them down.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So for the Clippers right now, they've got Batum. Ivica Zubac is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Johnson, and it's Man in at the 2-guard. Offensive rebound. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Tony Bradley.
So relentless.
That's his first
Ibaka with
personal
the
foul.
high motor and great length to get to the board before anyone else.
Eric Bledsoe is checked in for the Clippers. And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Yeah, he's averaging 80% from the line, and he has been as steady as they come at the stripe.
Here's Levine. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got 3 assists tonight.
Doing a lot of nice work now from the field. He's helped get them this lead, and now he's helped them keep it.
Batum against Green. A shot by Batum, no good. It's picked off. That is good. And the Bulls' lead is cut to just 11 on the basket from Bledsoe.
How about the quickness of Bledsoe? Excels at leaking out and scoring off the fast break situation.
Got it. Nice one there from Levine.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Los Angeles calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. Paul George has taken some heat in recent years. He says people get so caught up in what other folks think. I'm Paul George. I don't care to be anybody else. I am who I am. You love it or you don't. Simple as that. Guys, with his play on the floor, he has answered all of his critics.
He is certainly playing at an elite level. EA, thank you. And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Bledsoe. Jackson checked in for Johnson. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for Chicago. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points. Levine. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that. And there was a slight panic in L.A. when Kawhi opted out of his deal. It quickly went away as Kawhi signed a new one with the Clippers. The Clippers can build knowing Kawhi is in it for the long haul. Always nice to know you have a star that you can win with.
Levine against Jackson. Charity stripe shot. Drained for 2 points. Levine's got 21.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
And it's Green with the jam.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
Passes it to Jackson. And Zach LaVine gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Chicago making some changes. Vucevic checked in for Tony Bradley. And it's Alex Caruso in for Williams. There's Jackson with the 3. Vucevic with the rebound. The Bulls leading by 14. Caruso, no good. And here's Leonard. 8 points for him. Pass to Hartenstein. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
Yeah, I didn't think there was a pass available there for Paul George, but he spots that small crease, he fires the ball through it, and he gets it to his open man.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
George against Levine from 12 feet out. That is good. And the Bulls' lead is cut down to just 12 points with the basket from Paul George.
Paul George in the mid-range area, just dominating that possession.
And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul. So for the Bulls, Jones comes in for Green, and it's Kobe White in for Lonzo Ball. Zubac is checked in for Los Angeles. And Vucevic kicks to Caruso. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. George against Levine. 6 to shoot. And the pass to White. Lets it go with the 3. The shot, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
In the NBA, you've got to keep pace. It's a fast track out there, and I thought their lack of hustle defensively was the story of the game.
You can't allow any opponent to shoot that kind of percentage. If you do, it's just going to be so tough to keep up.
Lets it go from 11. Jones kicks to Levine from the arc. Hits it from three-point range. Levine's got 26 points.
Offensively, Levine is totally in the zone. Defense is having a hard time shaking him off his spots.
George with no one around. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Jones with it. Now guarded by Bledsoe. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. For the Clippers, Serge Ibaka. He's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Batum comes in for George. Mann subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. Pass to Ibaka. Here's Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
It's easy to forget about Jackson's bunnies, but he's more than happy to remind you.
Vucevic, and there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time.
And without looking at the scoreboard, you think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
Lets it go from 11. Here's Ibaka, and Jones pulls it down. White looking around. Here's Caruso. For 3, Levine, and no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Chicago.
Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Zach LaVine was the man in the first. He ended up with 26 points and 1 assist. And and that'll about.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You look at Zach LaVine, he's really been playing well.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Now, you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
So with Vucevic on the bench, here's the group that Billy Donovan has on the floor. They've got Dosunmu, Valentine out there with Derek Jones. Then there's Bradley, and it's Caruso in at the point. And the shot goes down. Caruso's got his first 2 points.
He shot a lower than average volume here tonight, but his efficiency doing it has helped the team build the lead.
Hartenstein passes to Leonard. Leonard draws the double. On the wing, Jackson. Outside, George. Back to Jackson from outside the arc. That falls. Nice speed that time from George.
For 3.
Jackson's got 5 now. Let me remind the audience, Brent Barry, a winner of 2 titles with the Spurs. Brent, what's the secret sauce to winning a title?
Yeah, honestly, you got to have a superstar. And I was lucky enough to play with the great Hall of Famer Tim Duncan, along with Greg Popovich. You got to have a couple of those guys on your team in order to win a title. Yeah, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half. Well, the talk at halftime must have been a good one. Right now, 3 straight buckets to start the quarter.
Here's Caruso, guarded by Bledsoe. Passes it to Dosunmu. Over Jackson. Lets it go from deep, and he's good on the 3-ball. Dosunmu's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Pass to Hartenstein. Back to Bledsoe. Outside Leonard takes the 3. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
I mean, is there another guy in the league who knows when his team needs this kind of lift? Kawhi getting those 3 points right back.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
Well, whether things are good, bad, or indifferent, coaches will have adjustments to make throughout the course of the game.
Yeah, not just there to pump up or to discipline players. You got to make sure that the coach makes the proper adjustments and has his team in the right mindset to carry it out.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Patrick Williams, he's checked in for Jones. Green comes in for Denzel Valentine. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Dosunmu. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, mid-range jumpers are something of a lost art these days. But they're still practiced by superstars like Kawhi Leonard. Coach Ty Lue said, why not roll the shots that teams are giving up? Down the stretch, mid-range shots win games. Playoffs, too. If you shoot it at a high clip, it's just as good as a three for me. Guys?
And they do shoot it at a good clip, and they rely on it quite a bit. David, thank you. And the Clippers making a switch here. Zubac is checked in.
And they needed that. Their lead is getting smaller by the minute.
Shoots. Shot is good off the back rim and in. George has got 7 points here in this quarter.
And amazing what they're doing on offense here. Perfect from the field to start the half.
Green fires from way outside. Bledsoe with the rebound. And here's Los Angeles. They're on a 17-5 run. From deep, George. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got 5 assists in the game.
Well, the D has done a very poor job at contesting him from outside, guys. He's tearing into them right now, and they cannot stop him.
Ball, no good. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Their offense has been great here.
Yeah, the ball movement has been terrific, and they've kept the defense off balance. And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay. And we all know what George brings offensively. But it's his ability as a defender that stands out. Great instincts to make plays on that end of the floor.
The pass to George. And it's Paul George with the finish.
But you can depend on Paul George to shoulder some of this offensive load. There are times where this team can turn over the reins to him, and he capitalizes that time.
And that's life above the rim, courtesy of our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And with Paul George and his defense, Greg, you almost forget how great of an impact it makes.
He just kind of flies under the radar with his defensive play. I mean, this guy could be considered for the Defensive Player of the Year almost every year. One of the more disruptive forces on that end of the floor.
Chicago making some changes. Vucevic, he's checked in for Bradley. Dean comes in for Green, and it's White in for Alex Caruso. And then for the Clippers, Serge Ibaka is checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Batum comes in for George. Mann subbed in for Johnson.
How about the soft touch of Bledsoe that time? Awesome job of arcing the ball, the floater high up into the air to get to. He does so much out there to stretch out the defense when he's out on the perimeter, and he drains the triple.
Another shot. And the shot is good. The Chicago lead has been cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Mann.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside. And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Batum against Levine. Williams comes with a double team. Here's Zubac. Vucevic with the rebound. Vucevic has got his 5th rebound in this one. Left side, ball, out of bounds. The Clippers take possession. And the Clippers making a switch here. Jackson's checked in.
Reggie Jackson.
Los Angeles has gone 6 of 8 on 3-pointers in the game, an outstanding 75% mark. Trying to get open is Ibaka. Here's Zubac outside for Jackson. At the top of the key, Batum, just 5 on the clock. Back to Jackson. The second chance effort. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And Reggie Jackson, the former 24th pick by the Thunder, wasn't content to back up Westbrook. He basically forced his way out in search of a larger role.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Well, a great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
outside Levine. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And we all know what an incredible athlete Levine is, using those physical tools to draw the defense's attention. Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that.
Absolutely. And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading dashes. It's the Bulls leading by a point. From the United... And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, anytime a guy's in the post and the teammates know he's unselfish, great player movement can create an opportunity just like that.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. So with Leonard on the bench, here's who Teron Lue's going with. Batum is out there with Ibaka. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Hartenstein in at the 5 down low.
That's his second.
And how about the confidence on display from Levine? Just daring the D to get physical with it.
Hey guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Los Angeles?
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
They have not wasted any time here tonight. They've pushed it whenever they've had the opportunity and have gotten a lot of fast break points out of it.
And the first one at the line is good.
And a good free throw shooter who's really increased his volume over the years. Levine with a lot of ways to beat you.
And the Bulls making a change here. Green's checked in. And so Levine nails both of them. The Clippers trail. Jackson with it. Pass to Batum. There's the lob to the hoop. Man can't hit.
And that was almost one for the highlights. The long distance alley-oop, just a fraction off the mark. Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Clippers trail by 3. Here's Man. Jackson against Ball. Here's Vucevic. Outside Levine. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Levine's got 34.
And you got to run Levine off that line. He's a legitimate threat to do damage from deep.
Now Jackson. To halt the run, he takes it up and lays it in.
Not sure which clips they watched at halftime, but he has figured out how to attack the D, and they kept him in check in the first half. He's flipped it.
Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. The Bulls making a switch here. Williams is checked in. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for the Clippers. Paul George comes in for Nicholas Batum. Clippers trail by 4. Now here's Jackson. Williams with the block. They get it back. They retain possession. A nice shot by Hartenstein.
And really at this stage of the game, to get those kinds of offensive rebounds for putbacks, you almost feel like it's a 4-point swing.
Yeah, and you know who your Warriors are by plays like that. They make it when it matters most.
Alex Caruso. He's checked in for Lonzo Ball. Here's Man, guarded by Levine. Pass to Leonard. He dishes it to Jackson. Into the lane, stripped it away. Outside Levine. And it's Vucevic missing.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
Leonard, no luck. And so Levine will bring it up now for the Chicago Bulls. They'll be playing host to Miami for the next game. That'll be the second game of a 5-game homestand.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Bulls.
What a tremendous showing from the three-pointer all through this game.
Most coaches would settle for the opposition taking mid-range jump shots, but tonight they're on fire from there.
Eric Bledsoe's checked in for the Clippers.
Excellent both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
That's good from Green. Here's George. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Jackson has the open look. Hits the three-point bomb. Jackson's got 10 points in just the second half.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
And it's Paul George with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Levine gets the bucket.
And Levine doesn't need to think it through. If he's got a good look, he won't hesitate and just let that one go.
George against Green. And with that, the Chicago lead is cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Hartenstein.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Chicago calls timeout. And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Zach LaVine.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Billy Donovan's huddle with his team. He said, I want us to play as though we're behind. We're good when we play with urgency. We're bad when we become complacent. Don't become complacent. Let's go. Guys?
Thank you, David. And we just got a second look there at the exceptional Mobile One block.
And that is a huge block. Given how close this game is, a stop like that was right on point.
And Levine with the slam.
And when Levine goes up, you have that period where you're wondering what he's going to do, and it's usually something spectacular.
Left side, George. Makes it off the glass.
Paul George.
George has got 23 points.
Go ahead and lead him, Paul George. Stepping up. Huge shot at this moment in the game.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Mann's checked in for Los Angeles. So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5.
At the line for the Bulls, Zach LaVine. 2 shots.
Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Free throws always a little bit sweeter when they can add to your lead.
And the foul on Patrick Williams. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
1:39 left here in the fourth quarter.
Bulls foul. Patrick Williams. That's his second personal foul.
Good on the first, and that brings them within 5.
There's a quiet intensity that Kawhi Leonard brings to both ends of the floor, a defensive menace, and it's amazing to watch him, just how disruptive he can be when he's guarding the 1, 2, 3, or even 4-man and messing up offensive scheme.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way, no roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
There's the triple. No good on that one. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Here's Leonard. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
Reggie Jackson.
Jackson's got 3 assists in the game. And Levine with the slam.
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game. Jackson against Levine. Jackson with the bounce pass. Here's Leonard. Chicago grabs the miss. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Jackson against Levine. The tray. It's rebounded by Leonard.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Jackson misses. And Caruso's got the ball here for the Chicago Bulls. They lead by 7. And the Clippers call time here. They're behind by 7.
For the Clippers.
We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
And a little late to implement a plan B. This game is a wrap.
Well, I'm going to use the cliche here. You can't take your timeouts with you, so they're going to use it.
We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Gets the 3 to fall.
Horrible collapse there, guys. There is simply no excuse to give up a wide-open three-pointer off of the dead ball inbound play.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're up by 4. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new grouper. Vucevic checked in for Davis. Williams comes in for Dosunmu. Green is checked in for Denzel Valentine. And it's Alex Caruso in for Michael Carter-Williams. It's the first that puts them up by 5. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there. And the Clippers call time here. They're trailing by 5. There's 18 seconds left in the game. What's your take, guys?
Score, then hope for some missed free throws or a turnover at the other end.
Yeah, this won't be easy, so a little bit of luck will go a long way for them to get back in.
Can't waste any time here.
It's probably a little bit too late here, but you really need to score a bucket here to stay alive.
And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. There's Jackson with the 3. They get it again. Pass to Hartenstein. Bledsoe for 3. That shot, no good. And so the big win by Chicago in a tight game. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but
David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time.